Hello everybody, and today I'm going to tell you about our Ericsson Scout tunic. And I was told on Facebook and here on YouTube that we don't have enough videos covering our clothing, so I wanted to make it up to you. And to warm up, I decided to start with this simple but very popular piece of Viking clothing. And as always, when it comes to our clothing, I have to start with what's the difference between what we make and everything else you can find on the market. First, it's fabric, and when we're talking about fabric, it's very important that we make everything out of 100% pure linen, because there is a huge difference between pure linen and what a lot of other brands use, which is a linen cotton blend, which is basically a lot of cotton with some, little bit of linen. And it's a huge difference because this fabric is actually very breathable, hot resistant, and super strong and reliable. And we actually performed this little test to show you, the difference between linen and everything else. So a couple of years ago at Penzik we were bored and we decided to make some sort of experiment to figure out what's the difference between linen fabric and everything else, because linen was claimed in Wikipedia as 3-4 times stronger than cotton. So here we have 3 pieces of fabric, linen one, wool and cotton, and this screwdriver to recreate our original experiment. Let's start with cotton. Yeah. So we have one. Yeah, actually 1.5. Yep. I'll put wool. Yeah, it's 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, and then we'll take linen. Yeah, and that's actually awesomeness of linen. Yeah, so it's maybe just you can see a corner of the screwdriver in here, in the first hole. That's it. So with cotton, we made it through 1.5 layer of cotton. With wool, we made it through all 3 of them. That's obviously like actually easy to understand because wool is soft and has some different sort of structure. And with linen, we didn't make it, and I want to make it one more time just to show you how it works. So it goes with a screwdriver into the wood, but when you take off your screwdriver, this fabric actually goes back like almost undamaged. So the thread is super strong. So when you actually saw that, I wanted to tell you a story, and I saw it with my own eyes. Like a couple of years ago, one lady showed up at Penzik, and she was wearing a tunic which we had on the website like 6 or 7 years ago. And she's like, you see, this tunic is, it's a little bit, wear it's a little bit, faded. So can you make me another one? Because I use it, every event, every year, and I want another one absolutely the same way I had this. And we're like, wow, it was like really 6 or 7 years ago. And your clothing made of linen actually looks just fine even after years and years of use. So this is very much about the fabric itself, but this is also about the pattern, and we use this perfectly historically accurate pattern for this tunic, but we changed it a little bit, so we have a little bit wider sleeves and a little bit wider skirts, so it's easier to move, to fight, to do things, to do everything when you're wearing this tunic, and that's actually important. One more big thing is this trim, and if you say go to our blog or to medievalist.net, you'll see our actual article about our research on Viking culture and the background we have designing all the stuff in this collection, including this very simple but original and very well connected to the Viking culture tree. And if you look inside, you'll also see this huge difference, because what we have here is so-called French seam or underwear seam, and it's 3 times the work in comparison to a regular seam. But you can see that it's actually almost flat, and it's actually would be perfect even if you wear this tunic right on your body. And that's actually some kind of big difference people love about ArmStreet, because we think about things that others don't, actually think about, like how it would be if you put this tunic on and you're getting wet. And that's why we have this little body all along the trim. So it's not the trim that touches your neck, but it's this soft, linen fabric. And what it would be like if you sleep in this tunic, what it would be like if you wear this tunic under the armor, what it would be like if, I don't know, if you run and do things in this tunic. And we kind of put all those questions and solutions for those situations into our designs. And that's what makes us different, and that's what makes our clothing perfect. This is us, ArmStreet.